So,
Hi.
you're gonna pick a college soon.
Yeah.
If you're watching this, hopefully you're the
High school, senior age.
junior
Or-
even. I don't know.
Maybe you're in college already and thinking of transferring. Or maybe you're happy. I'm happy.
But we're gonna be talking about how to pick a college and some things you should think about that maybe might not immediately come to you, and just thinking, where am I gonna go for the next 4 years? Because that's kind of just enough of a freaky, scary thing to think about.
It's terrifying.
So, I would say number one,
Mm-hmm.
money.
Money for sure. Let's talk, if you want to go to grad school, do you really want to be wasting your money on undergrad? Are you going to get just as good an education at a state school that you would going far away? Money is something huge to think about, especially if you're going to grad school. Because I know for me, I haven't really decided yet, but I am so thankful that I go to a state school so that I'm saving money so that if I want to go to grad school, it's an option.
So why waste the money on an amazing school that if you are already going to another school, it's going to cost a lot of money, and that's going to be the one they care about when you're applying for jobs as your graduate school. So please do not base your decision on oh, but will I get made fun of if I go to an in-state state school? No one
cares.
Ignore if you're going to be happy there
Yeah.
for your undergrad, then
And I mean,
absolutely. I mean, if there is a school near you that does something really well that you are interested in, do not count it out just because it's close to you. So I guess we're talking about distance now.
Yeah.
Do not count something out just because it's so close.
Yeah.
I was both we discussed this before. We both were dead set on Chicago. And one of the reasons for me was distance. I'm going to get away from home. But honestly, I mean, IU was literally just 2 hours in the other direction.
It's the same.
And I know so many people who, went out of state and, super far away, coast to coast, and they don't get to see their families as much as they like to. They don't get to see their friends from other colleges as much as they like to. And while they're having a great time, distance is very difficult if, you have an emergency. I know it was really hard for me I cracked a tooth earlier, and it was hard for me to find a dentist and get that all organized with my mom just being 2 hours away. Can you imagine being out of state and trying to organize some of that stuff?
Terrifying.
So definitely do not, say I'm only going here, because of distance, or I'm, only going there because it's so far. If a college is right for you,
It's right for you.
It's right for you, so.
And speaking on that note, on distance, and both of us being set on Chicago, my second thing for choosing a school is do not go to a school specifically because your significant other is there. I was totally going to do that. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to lie. I loved the school that he went to. I was totally into it. I thought it was an amazing program. It is an amazing program. But in the long term, it's not right for me. That's not what I should have been doing. And so it was really hard to kind of own up to the fact that I was going to go to a school and go to a major that I wasn't really sure of because my boyfriend was there. It's not okay. And I mean, if you love someone that much, if you're really in love, you'll be fine being away from each other. And long distance is hard and it sucks. And we'll probably talk about that in a later video. It's horrible. But if you love someone, you can make it work.
Say, number 3, make a list of what you are looking for in a college. Because if you are looking at colleges and you're just thinking, oh, well, this one's beautiful, and oh, well, this one has a great program, you aren't getting the full scope of what a college is offering. You really need to do research when you're trying to pick a college as to what they offer, how easy it is to switch majors, what are the housing situations? Are you going to have to live in a dorm for 2 years, or do people move off campus? Housing, food, job availability, what are their positions on internships, how great are they if you want to, study overseas? Are they going to be supportive of that? Or are they going to, not be very helpful? Definitely look at all those links that they link you to on, the school's site. There's so many sites that it's going to take you to that's going to give you more information than you thought by just looking at the actual college front page, because that's when they're going to be we're so great. But by clicking on those links, that's where you're going to get the information, because that's where they link the actual college students.
Size matters. When you're picking a school, it's really important to evaluate your comfort level. depending on size. Now, we go to a Big Ten university, which means we go to a big school.
There is 10,000 people in our grade, the freshman class.
Yep.
I doubt that I've seen more than 2,000.
I don't even
There's
think,
probably 8,000 people that we have not seen.
I think
it's just so big.
I don't even think I've met 1,000 of the freshmen at all in my first semester.
I don't care. It does not bother me.
No, me neither. But I know people that it does bother. One of my friends goes to a university of about 1,000 people. He knows lots of people's names. He knows most people's names. He knows where most people are from. Now, if that's what you're into, if you're looking for a small school, a small class size, then that's something definitely to consider. But I mean, I'm in a very small major. My class size when I was a theater major was around 25. Same for being a religious studies major. My largest class is my finite class, and it's a lecture, so that's 200 people in a class. And then my smallest class is almost 10 people. So, you know, it really can vary. So if you're looking for just a smaller education, really look into what major you're looking at, especially if you're looking like Big Ten or a big university.
And I mean, the thing about size is there are bonuses that come academically with it and, you know, detractions. Like at a Big Ten school, you know, there's labs, there's lecture halls, there's music halls, there's so many things we have access to. But there are plenty of classes where I've seen the professor a couple times, but it's mostly grad students I'm dealing with. And if you're not down with that, then maybe a Big Ten school is not for you, because in smaller schools you will be dealing more with professors directly. You will be knowing them by name, probably know their kids at some point, so
I know,
things like that.
I know for like fine arts, it can really suck to deal with a grad student. It can really be awful to have a grad student as your professor because you're not getting as much from them. You feel like you're not getting enough. And I know a lot of people like that, and that's why they've chosen a small school. But for me personally, I don't have a problem with it. I'm fine learning from another student. That's always been something that I'm comfortable with. There are people who would rather have professors. So just keep that in mind. And if you want to know anything else, you have questions, please feel free to comment below, and we'll get back to you. Thanks for watching. Bye.